Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Innovation Podcast, your source for all things innovation. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Andres Abeyta on the line, and he's founder and CEO over at Peers EDU. Andres, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's great to be here, Adam, and talking to you and your audience today.
Oh, man, so I'm excited about today's topic. So we're going to talk about this app release. I love promoting and bringing new apps to my audience. So the app's called Peers EDU, and we're going to do a deep dive into that. But before we do, tell us a little bit more about the company and why you created it. So Peers EDU, please.
Thanks, Adam. So Peers EDU is an education app, and it's in the peer-to-peer space, as it intimates. We're a young new platform, and it lets anyone register to earn and learn. When you allow anyone to give and get academic help, it really allows us to give a chance to scale to serve any student in the world, especially today in light of COVID. We're all sitting here learning in isolation as a college student in your room and not connected to people in coffee shops or libraries. This app lets you get that help with a couple of button clicks to anybody in any topic.
I'll tell you this, whenever I see something cool like this, I always like to go into my saying. I'm like, oh, well, you're making it too easy on these kids on the rest. In my day, we had to walk uphill how many miles and do what to get this education. Now they get to push a button on their phone. Come on. This is awesome. So tell us a little bit more about kind of how you see this, because obviously you put a lot of effort into launching this app, and we're going to go into the technical side of things, but tell us a little bit more about how you see the future of this peer-to-peer learning environment going, because it's highly interesting to me.
Yeah, so think about this new audience. You know, people don't even leave voicemails anymore. You know, there's such a real-time society. So that's part of why they need apps that are low friction, and if it has any type of arduous process to it, they don't use it. So I started to arrive to this idea of, you know, how do we improve our ability to achieve in education? And when I think about my college experience, I only learned so much from the professor in front of me. Usually I tinkered and tried to figure out how to do things with my peers. So that's why we embarked on making this application. And there's a lot of cases where that's just so needed. Just think about the world of English learners around the world, like in China. There's 300 million forced English learners by their governments and their schools, and they have nobody to practice English with. And yet we have 300 million native speakers here in California, in the United States, that we could just match them up with at a couple clicks of a button. And then even more specific to me, my daughter, who's trying to learn chemistry and achieve that in high school, I try to find a tutor for her, and in the city of about 4 million here in San Diego, can't find a tutor because I go to Craigslist, and the 8 people that list themselves as chemistry tutors, most of them, the number's disconnected, or I've got to drive half an hour to get to that person a week from now, and it's just not going to work for this younger audience that needs real-time applications, processes, services. That's what they're geared towards.
Man, that's awesome. I love it. And so let's just dive right into this app. Excited to bring it to my audience. So Peers EDU. First off, congrats on the launch. I know that's never an easy thing to get to launch day, so congrats there.
Thank you.
And so let's get into the functionality. I mean, we know it's a peer-to-peer app. I mean, tell us a little bit more about the experience and what people that download it can expect.
So there are tutoring services out there. And typically what they do is they wrap their hands around, here's our tutors, and we call them 5-star tutors, and we set the price on that. And then everybody else is a student that tries to buy a subscription to those people. But I know that all of us have gifts. I could be great speaking Spanish, but I struggle in learning statistics. That was my problem spot in college. And so if I enroll as a single person, I can share that gift of speaking Spanish by earning money, teaching somebody else to practice their Spanish better, while I can also click on a button to learn from somebody that can teach me statistics and help me get an A in a class versus a B. So the way the app works is you log in, and with one account, you can be a student or a tutor. Depends on what role you need to occupy that particular day. And you get help as a student immediately with a couple clicks, and you earn money as a tutor when anybody calls you. And, it's amazing that in today's world, we know the business model of shared economy works to get a room, a ride, or a real estate agent on platforms like this. And now we've made it possible to get real-time educational help in that same type of shared economy model.
Wow, that's awesome. And so I know this is going to evolve over time, and I'm sure it's going to get bigger and bigger in terms of categories and things that are available. But can you give us a flavor of what's available now in terms of categories on the app?
Oh, great question. So, the most popular things are the learning of languages, which you got to actually practice by speaking with somebody if you want to be conversational. And the other things are some of the hard sciences and math, and also some of the standardized testing like SAT, ACT, GRE, things like that. So there are people that have been very successful in those particular topical areas. They make themselves available. But I kind of think of this like Amazon. Amazon made the trusted transactional environment for e-commerce initially as an online book selling store, right? And then everybody realized, you know what? I can buy anything with this trusted transaction. So tires show up on my front doorstep. So I believe we're heading that same direction in which it's a trusted educational transaction between two people, and you could learn anything.
If somebody wants to go on there and teach somebody something, I mean, what does that look like? The sign-up process and all that good stuff, and then take us from the other side of things. If somebody wants to go on there and be a learner, is it the same? I mean, give us a feel for the experience there, because I know there's a lot of people listening right now that are like, oh, I have some things I could teach. You have me thinking, I'm like, I can go on there and teach podcasting. I'm in. Give us a little bit more for a feel of what that looks like.
Okay, so the simple side on the student is I go in there, I need help in math, I register in probably all of 1 minute, and then you're just presented with faces of people that you could search for that teach calculus, for instance. And then machine learning algorithms, just like LinkedIn, would continue to put math teachers in front of you until you do a different search for a different topic that you need help in high school or college. On the tutor side, you go in and you do that same registration, but you say, hey, I want to be a tutor. I want to make money. And so then you fill out a profile that makes yourself visible. And kind of like LinkedIn, you're going to put your educational and professional background there. And then it's socially vetted. As people use you, you get rated. And that's what people believe. It doesn't matter that you go to Stanford and are a math major. You may not be a great articulator of math. But the marketplace, that's the thing that everybody trusts, is their opinions. Is Adam a great communicator about business or podcasts? And if they believe that, then I'm more inclined to believe that too and use you and pay your price. That's it.
I'm going to be, are there any podcasters out there? I'm going to be the first podcast teacher on that platform. I'm in, Andres. You sold me. I'm in. They're going to search for it. I'm the only one that pops up. So there you go. So there you go. If nobody else is caught on yet, I'm in. So Andres, so final question. So if somebody is listening to this and they want to learn more, they want to download the app and just connect with the brand overall, I mean, what's the best way for them to do that?
It's easy to type in Peers, PEERS, edu.com to go to our website, or the same term to get the app off of App Store or Play Store. And the easy way to email us is support@peersedu.com, and I'd get that email and respond to you and love to hear from you.
Fantastic. Well, Andres, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your app launch. So great stuff there. And to the audience, definitely go download that and check it out and get yourself logged. If you're in need of learning, obviously, then find yourself an instructor. But if you have some skill to teach, then go on there and share the wealth of that knowledge you have. So great stuff there. Love to see what you're doing, Andres. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Innovation, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Andres, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you. We're passionate about this, and we look forward to hearing from everybody.